Hi, Sheri. How are you today?
I'm very well. It's good to see your shining face.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you too. And I'm so happy to have been working with you for actually a couple of years now at the
Oh,
studio.
really good.
And we just love your presence at the studio and how you are able to take so many different types of performers and really draw out the best in them. And it's always exciting to watch that process. And just watching you do it is it's awe-inspiring. So tell me, how
Mhm.
did you get into teaching other
Oh
performers?
my, I'm very old. This is going to be a long story.
But like really what drew you into, because I know some people are really good at what they do but they don't have that passion for teaching. So what really is your why is it a passion for you?
Really good question. Right out of college, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I didn't know what, theater, acting, I didn't know. And I landed into a neat job in a studio, Nickelodeon Studios, MGM Studios, working with some really cute Mickey Mouse kids and Nickelodeon students. And it just made me realize that that's what I wanted to do. That was my strength. So,
And
and
then
I
now
love it.
you're kind of more on the virtual side of this teaching. Does it feel a little different not being in person with your students?
Actually, no. It feels more intimate. Um,
Mhm.
for example,
I would say,
if I were to work with you now, it's just you. It's just your essence. It's just your face. It's just you. So as much as I love the workshops and that's just something I love to do, this is actually really, really fun for me. I'm loving it.
wow. And it's nice too because right now I'm looking at you and you're on camera.
I am on camera.
And then I'm on camera.
I
So,
know.
so if you were teaching me right now, you would totally see my mannerisms on
Oh,
camera.
I would. I would
So
see your essence, and there's no lying to the camera, is there?
no, no,
No,
yes.
none at all. It sees everything, everything at all.
And
So
would you say like something like this is pretty much what resonates in an audition as far as what how much cropped in you are,
you're
right?
asking wonderfully probing questions, and as a photographer, you see it visually. As a casting director or director would see it too. Um, yeah, when they look at these and they look at thousands and they look at it in the size of a postage stamp, and you're an actress, and it's so quick. They'll look at just a few seconds of you and decide no. I mean, it seems so unfair, right? Make those few seconds count.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So when you're helping people just getting started and it's all about that quick impression, that first few seconds, what's really the best thing for them to bring to the table when it comes to collaborating?
Great question. They think it's all about the words. They want to talk, 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 talk. It's actually not. It's about what you're not saying. It's about the breathing. It's about the pausing. It's about the looking, right? It's actually
Yes.
not even what you say. So it's slowing them down and saying, first of all, you want to just relax, be you, because there's nobody like you. Your essence is just so magic. Just be you, and that kind of makes them sit back and take a breath, and oh, I'm okay, you know. So I can kind of be me in my character, bringing what I have to my character. So um,
Nice.
it's very exciting actually for new actors because the newbies, whether young or old, have an innocence about them and can be guided or molded very easily. So
Right. And it's more of their authentic light that comes through.
yes, yes.
So do you work with mainly established actors or do you work with new actors? Like, tell me, what's your ideal client?
Both. From I'd say 5 to 95 or almost dead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You
Sorry.
need some of that.
Yeah. Because, and fabulous question again, the newbies are just learning, so that's very, very exciting for me to guide them. The established actors, it's usually like, hi, Sheri, I have an audition. Where are you? I'm in a hotel. Are you in your car? No problem. Get on FaceTime. I'm like, okay. Because
Love
a lot
that.
of them are rush calls for established actors, and you need someone now. So that's exciting too. I work with people in Sweden, all over the world, and it's usually word of mouth for me. So if you're working on a set somewhere, someone will say, oh my gosh, I need an acting coach, or someone to help me with this audition or something, and they'll give my name. So it's been a nice way to be introduced. And then, of course, there's my Virginia faves that I'm still Skyping with. And if I can name drop, Sammy, if you're listening, you're awesome. Genesis. These young folks are just busting it out. They're just awesome, amazing.
They are. And they're all coming from Virginia.
Yeah. You have so much talent in your area. And sometimes not too many places to go, but you have some wonderful people. Again, you have Sylvia, such a warm heart, such an amazing person. Some great acting classes, workshops that you're hosting. So I guess my advice for students would be go to the workshops. Yes, there's powers and numbers and getting everyone's, you know, vibe and spirit. But then pick up an acting coach too. You know, someone that will stay with you in the highs and the lows. And you know, an actor's plight, it's, you know, high 1 second because you got the part, and low for the next 3 months because oh my gosh, I'm no good, you know.
And then that starts playing in your head. So you're telling me you don't just coach them on the acting, that you really help people get confident in between those auditions and bookings.
And a lot of that is most important, just keeping them going. I've seen so many people just, you know, want to quit or and it's just saying, no, go to a class, get out there. Mothers that have questions about the business, actors that have questions about the business, who to contact, and also good hookups for different productions.
Exactly.
Either there or where I am in Florida. Yeah.
Because you wear many hats. So if they're working with you, you've already been, you know, on the production side, you're on the directing side. So it's not just like they're getting advice from an actress. They're also getting advice from like a person who's been in different seats of the production.
Yeah, I'm old. Yes.
No, you're experienced.
Okay, good.
You are well known, and you can add a lot to them. And how powerful is that? Because when you think about prior to even having like cell phones, I remember finding out about auditions through my pager, and then like having to run to a phone and then trying to go, who can I work on the scene with? I mean, now you can just FaceTime and say, I just got this script in, let me send it to you. You can help me with the audition right away. What an edge that is.
It adds layers too, because you know yourself, even I work with acting coaches as well, because when you read something, you're not seeing all the layers, all the nuances. Maybe you're not pausing or breathing, or, you know, another eye before it's sent off is good.
Yes. Yeah. And so for you, when, I guess when we ask about other people's experiences with your kind of coaching, like what kind of feedback do you typically hear from your clients?
First of all, it's a confidence builder, and isn't that where everything starts? You did okay, you did well, go ahead, do more, right? And then it's information. This business can be a bit daunting and a little scary. It's good to have people such as yourself, warm and friendly, that will, you know, it's the right way to go. It's not maybe a stranger that might guide them wrong, or,
right.
You know,
Right. Because there's a lot of things being touted out there. And I know too, and I see a lot of different master classes that people can enroll in, but it's really just a tape of somebody great, of course.
Yeah.
You're studying it, but you're not really going to get a lot of the feedback that's really necessary.
But I have to say, if it's safe, go. I know that's really weird advice, but every time you put yourself out there, you're going to pick up one little thing. You will.
Yes.
From the great classes to the ones you're kind of mentioning, you'll pick up something good.
Right. So do people keep you on some kind of retainer so that you know that you have this working relationship with them? Yeah.
For example, there's a young man in Miami who's very, very talented and has auditioned for many, many things. And what he has, I'm so excited about, it is an audition for Showtime for something that Jim Carrey's doing. I can't say anything more than that. But but he's been working with me for, you know, every week, weekly lesson, picking up skills. We do a weekly lesson. We'll have like a nugget. I'm reaching for a paper, but I'll give them something. I'll give them listen, really listen. If you don't listen for a cue, or listen for your next line, or listen for the actor. And then we talk about listening. And then the next week might be nuances, or, so he was pretty well ready. New actor though. But for this
Wow.
audition, the mother called me and said, "Oh, look what I have now what?" And they were very prepared. They didn't even know it. They were he was ready.
That is
And then they just did the
awesome.
taping and like guided the mother through it. And they sent me back a couple takes. And yeah, through the weekly lessons, I got him ready. And then he didn't know he was ready. When he got the audition, he was ready, and we sent it off. So still haven't heard, but cross your fingers. So
Yes, yes. Well, it's part of the faith that you have to have in the business, that you're gonna get these very exciting moments, and that
when
if
you
you keep
least
plugging
expect it.
through, it could be the next one, and it could be the one after that. You just
Yes,
never know. But you got to keep plugging away at it. And what I hear from what you're doing is that you really help hold people in that promise so that they can keep going for their dream. And really, that's why I love supporting you, because in our concept for the studio, it's all
I know.
about empowering creatives and dreamers, as you see.
I know.
And so even if they're like not going for acting, let's say, what kind of advice would you have for other creatives and dreamers in other fields? Like, what would you tell them to keep them going?
Very good question. I actually have people that want to do public speaking gigs, around the world or for their company, or dancers that know how to present themselves physically, but can't quite, get the words out and stuff. Any sort of artistic endeavor, in my opinion, takes confidence, and it takes doing the work, just like learning an instrument. Yes.
Yeah,
Practice, practice, practice. It's very few actors and very few musicians, dancers, etc., right out of the gate that get something fabulous. That happens, but it's more the people that have been at it for years and years and years and then get their break. But it took all that work.
it does.
And
And
if I can say I love what you're doing, there's not too much of that around. Um, and it's fabulous, especially in this day and age, what's going on in the news and la la la. It's so positive and so awesome, and we
thank
thank you. So
Oh, well, thank you, because it's also stronger when it's a collaboration. And I was talking to somebody else, and you know this, that and if you see more acting coaches on there on Skype, that's a great thing, because what quality of people we're going to be able to watch through the ages, and not just people who are half into it. If this is the new thing, they
it's
really need to get
passion.
on board.
And
I was
answer
talking,
to your last question, all of
yes,
it is passion. You know that your
yes,
drive is through passion.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anybody out there, you have to be passionate and have to want it. And if you do, you'll get it
That's right.
with work.
And one last thing, I was just saying to somebody that if I'm an anomaly, that's not good, right? Like, we should be surrounded by a ton more people with the same mindset, so that it's like a Mexican restaurant. Like
I'll
I'm
have
sure
the
some,
guacamole, please.
that's right. So at some point in our culture, in our country, that was not a thing, right? You couldn't just go, I'm craving Mexican food. Where can I go? It had to be established, and it had to become the norm. So
You're
if there's more people doing what we're doing, meaning helping other people in their endeavors, coaching them, really releasing like that positivity into the world, and then we see it at every corner, then we know we've changed the world. So
and
I
that's
can't be the only one, you can't be the only one. It really needs to be like drawn out.
And that's the gift. That's the gift that you get, the present, the gift for doing all that you work, all the hours that you put in. And
Yes.
mine too is not only them getting the part, but just seeing them grow, the amazing growth. I have to say about Sammy, when he was at Center Stage Academy, everyone just said, this kid has so much drive and so much talent. And we all saw it.
Yeah.
But look what happened. All the
Yeah.
drive and talent took him somewhere.
Yes, and got to credit the people who support that, because if
Most
the parents aren't supportive of that, then that would go nowhere.
I saw it
And
many times when I worked at Disney and Nickelodeon. I saw all the parents, I saw the kids, and the parents were few that were really standing by the actors and doing what they needed to do. And I have to say, Sammy's parents have done that, and they're awesome. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm very excited to see where all this is going to take everybody in 2018.
Me
And
too.
I know at some point we're going to be able to see you in person here in Virginia.
Yes, I have a new grandbaby here, so that's what's
Yay!
keeping me. My son
Oh,
had his first baby, so he's she's very, very cute. It's
oh,
holding me, so I'm hoping to come to your studio early spring.
that
Um,
would be fabulous, fabulous.
okay. And
Yeah.
I wanted to plug a movie that's coming out that I'm in. It's called Mad World, being released in England. It's called Dystopia, being released in the States. I think it's a soft opening. But I have to tell you, I play a nice nurse that gets a gun and a scalpel and does terrible things. So
Oy.
me, I know.
That's good though. I mean,
So
like you're stretching creativity
I love
in so
being
many
nasty.
forms.
My husband says yes, yes, I do.
That's cool. Well, yes, so we'll share those links so that way it'll be fun for other people to like get to know when these openings are, so if they can participate and even come, if they're close by, they can come see you. That'd be awesome.
Awesome. I have to
Yeah,
wish
so,
you luck on the modeling thing in January.
thank
Genesis is so
you.
awesome, and that's going to bring a lot of parents that have just had huge questions out to a safe place. So I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, and we'll share like for them if they come, like we'll have some information about you there so
I
that people
love
can
that.
learn about you, and then to be able to use you as a resource to get them moving forward too.
One big happy family, yes?
Exactly. So thank you for your time
Thank
today,
you.
and I'm sure there's going to be more opportunities to talk, and who knows, maybe we could put together some kind of online course that people can just
Ooh,
like, I
your
don't
wheels
know.
always
We'll
turn.
churn something. It'll be great.
You totally amaze me. I watch all your stuff. I'm in. I'm in.
Yay. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again, and I will
Thank
talk
you.
to you soon.